in the house. What's happening, Anthony? TikTok Tim, what's going on? Good evening, everyone. Joey Lewis, Pad Boy, Mike Corbett, what's going on? Tivo, how you doing? T Satsala, okay. TCMA, okay. Jesse Salsa, VP David Graham, DKC Crypto. Okay. Thomas Shaw, good evening. Bale Lameth, okay, whatever. West Cali guy, Caravan 77, Hong Kong Tony. Is that kind of like Hong Kong Fooey? Hong Kong Fooey, faster than a human eye. Mike Corbett, Vegas Matt, VP David Graham, David Shaw, Thomas Shaw, Joe Boo. Okay, Hong Kong Tony, how are you doing today? Xavier, Skion, EJ Tom, Watch You 334, Crazy J, Dudley Thomas, Lisa, Texas, Brittany, Bo Para, okay. Samuel, Flame Shaw, good evening. Brian, how are you doing? Robert, how are you? Baratali, what's going on? Karan, what's going on? Matadam. Sea Wide Spinning, what's going on? Good evening. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, taking you along for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That's what I'm looking for, 1% per week. It's not that difficult to get. Actually created the trading strategy for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. And it just worked so good, I don't do anything else. I barely do anything else. It's simple, it's quick. I get my 1% every single week. It takes me 10, 15 minutes tops. I'm in, I'm out, I'm on with my day, and I get to do whatever I want to do. Liquid City, what's going on? JV Villanova, what's going on? My Minecraft is Joey. I'm a police officer. Don't try to scam and cheat Populin. Go like and no Minecraft like. All right, JV, thank you for that. Hey, Monkey, what's going on? Trader, day trader. Asthma Sound. Quentin, Lisa, good evening. Sherry, good evening, Miss Sherry. Balaam, Ortega. Alton, Terry, what's going on? Liquid City, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am here to support the chat. Let me know how I can assist. Thank you kindly there, sir. Richard Bruner, oh my goodness, are you here at 9 o'clock? Is something wrong in Vegas? Robert Tamus, what's going on? Hey, James, hope you've been well. I've been lovely. Boba Johnson, any thoughts on K-View? Ooh, let's take it. The first one of the evening. Let's take a look at K-View. Why not? Now, I have a couple of people in my trading group that actually have K-View. And they, what's going on with K-View? Let's try it one more time. K-V-U-E, K-View. There it is. Alrighty. Let's take a look. Uh-oh, expiration warning. Like, I really need to worry about that. Let's get rid of that. Okay. I suppose they don't want you to get rid of it. All right, Spencer, what's happening? Savannah, how are you doing today? And yes, I am reporting live and direct from Casino Miami. Oh, blair on evening. Lucas, how are you today? Savannah, good evening. All right, so first one I'm going to take a look at tonight is going to be K-View. K-View, here we go. All right, I need my pen. Here it is. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down. What's going on here? We're currently at 14.24. Well, the 1450s are going for 48 cents a share. However, that's probably not what you want to hear. Let's get rid of this. Okay, it's probably not what you want to hear. What I would like to see with KView, look at the last 90 days. Now, the last 90 days is the last 3 months. Sir, what do you expect the stock market at the end of the year? Okay, good question. Liquidity. This way be know that you do the exact cash after I win big money, if you know what I mean. All right, good. Mikey B, what's going on? MacGyver, Heavy, Sally Candles, Cool Beans, Pirate Cards. Interesting. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is the last 90 days, also known as the last 3 months. This is the high. Here's the low right today. Here's where it was. Here's where, look at this. Down. That's all it's been doing. It's just down for the most part. So more than likely, for me personally, and this is just for me personally, I'd wait for a new bottom. I mean, it's dropping, dropping, dropping. Where is the bottom? This is the last 30 days. Down, up, down. That's it. Okay? That's it. No big, nothing. So the new bottom is right there. If you really like KView, sit, wait, be patient. Okay? Because eventually they will find a bottom and it will turn around and go back up. But you got to be patient and wait for it to show up. What do we have next? Robert! I've been well, thank you. Any thoughts on KView? All right, we did that one. Michael, what do I think of DNP? Michael Dean Lewis asking me about DNP. Now, Michael, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I have no idea what DNP is. DNP. DNP Select Income CF. What the heck is that? Oh, Michael. Okay, there are no options. Okay, so that's going to be a no right off the bat. If I can't get a weekly option from it, no. Rule number 4 is weekly options only. Now, you're relatively new here. Actually, you are new. I've never seen you here before. So, yeah. Okay, we do dividend investing for weekly cash flow. So there's just a couple of rules. Rule number 1, it's got to be a dividend stock. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, it's got to have weekly options. Rule number 3, it's got to be consistently profitable. Because I don't know about you guys, I have no desire whatsoever to put my money into a company that is not profitable. It just boggles my mind why people even ask. But it got great potential. I don't care. But it looks like it's going to be the next Netflix. I don't care. See, I'm retired. Pie in the sky dreams aren't going to do me any good. Okay? Now, when I was younger, yeah, maybe. Nowadays, simple, safe, predictable, consistent. That's what I'm looking for. I bought Plug at 377. It's down. Now, I would ask you, Pierre, P-L-U-G, P-L-U-G, I would ask you, why did you buy Plug? That would be my question. Okay? Now, this thing was at 50 cents back in May. Okay, if this thing's at 50 cents in May, she shoots up to 450. Why didn't you take your profits? Even at 377. 377 is here, and she jumped up to 450. Why didn't you sell? And then, why did you buy at 377? I have no idea why. I wouldn't do this. 50 cents, there's no possible way that can have 20 years of increased profits. 20 years of increased profit. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, we checked on Monday. 10,710 companies available for us to invest in. What makes this one so special? I'm kind of curious. I mean, 6 months ago, it's at 50 cents. It shoots up and you decide to buy it at 377? Why? The bottom is here. She shoots up. That's the time to get rid of it, not the time to jump onto it. That's just my opinion. But What the hell do I know? DB, what's going on? P-Town, David and Lisa. Hi, David and Lisa. 907, how are you? Who knows? Interesting name. Who knows? 3L Libido. Okay. Dave, how are you doing? And Lady. Dave, Lady. Hello. Elliot, how's it going? Dave and Lisa, good morning. Who knows how to start investing? I'm new to this. Well, it's simple. You just open up whatever trading platform. Now, that's going to be the toughest one. How do you choose where to do your trading? You can do almost anywhere. You can do online. You can do mobile on your phone or on your tablet. You can do it on your computer. You can even call it in if you want. But you got to choose which company do you think is going to best fit your trading style. That's an interesting question. Liquidity, everything for the right way. Thank you. And if it was made, have you ever read it, listened to it, invested perhaps? Okay, Liquid City Grooves, what are we talking about? He made it, he got kids, and this is a testimony to them, the future, blah, 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 make it okay. Oh, cool. Thank you there, Liquid City. If not, then ask better questions. I love better questions. Fidelity. Okay. It's also best to ask the right people the right questions. You'll end up getting a right answer. Hopefully, that's why we're all here. Okay, Liquid City, I got one for you. Hold on, hold tight for a second. Who knows by BYND FTDs due November 4th, earnings on the 5th? Okay, Chatio. Okay, so Chatio, I'm going to disagree with you. Okay, only on principle. Okay, BYND, that's Beyond Meat. Like going to a factory to make steak. No, that just doesn't sound right. I'm terribly sorry. I grew up on a farm, not on a farm, but in a farming community where there was a butcher, where we had fresh meat. Yeah, Beyond Meat. No, I can't even stomach the thought of even thinking about looking at it. Sorry, dude. I just can't do it. Profits were 70,000 last week. Don't care. Did you like that answer? I don't care. Okay? Seriously, I don't. Some things I just can't wrap my head around. And having meat made in a factory doesn't do it for me. Okay? You actually really seriously want me to check. BYND. I don't know why. It's just a waste of time, in my humble opinion. Just my humble opinion. What do I know? I don't know anything. All right, come on. Waiting for it. No, so we're actually going to Yahoo Finance to find out how wonderful this BYND, because apparently somebody says it's wonderful. Okay, so here it is, BYND. Oh, imagine that. Look, there are no dividends in the time period. Now, don't get me wrong. Besides the fact of having steak and chicken made in a factory makes me want to yak, just the thought of it. Number two, this is a dividend investing show. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. This company has no dividends, so why are we even looking at it? All right, Chatty, awesome. You bought it for 54, you sold it for 7. Whoop-a-dee-doo, I don't like it. Brody, Beyond Meat is a bad stock, but was easy to make a quick buck with the hype. Absolutely. I wouldn't do it. Contributing to the delinquency of a minor. All right, where are we? All right. So Liquidity says it's also best to ask the right person the right questions. Okay, Liquid City Groover. Here's something for you. It is within the quality of your question where your future will come to fruition. Better questions better answers. Better answers gives you a better life, because you ask a good question, you're going to get a good answer. You ask an excellent question, you're going to get an excellent answer. You ask a, what do you call it? An awesome question, you're going to get an awesome answer. Okay, it just is what it is. Okay. It was, Chattio. Good for you. I'm glad you made money with Beyond Meat. Okay, James Wood, 33. We got 620K invested. Cool. FZROX. What the hell? James Wood, what the hell is that? FZROX. Uh-oh, Fariz. You can't ask a question if you don't already have the answer. They are both related. That's not true, Fariz, because in order to get something, in order to find something, you need to ask the right person. And you ask the right person the right question. I'm not even going to talk about this. I don't know why I got dragged into that one. Okay. What are we looking at? Okay, we did that one. Okay, so James Wood wants to take a look at FZROX. What the hell is that? FZROX. FZROX. It's nothing. Nothing's there. Oh, hell no. Has no options. No. Isaac wants to take a look at UPS. UPS. Now, I can get behind UPS. Unfortunately, we talked about this the other day. Let's zoom into that and take a better look at that. Here's your bottom of the year. That's the bottom of the year. So you cannot make any more money than, hold on. Coming in late, YouTube screen is not live. Oh, I forgot to do it, didn't I? Thank you. I do have a tendency to, forget that once in a while. All right, so where were we? Right here, the bottom of the year. Buy low, sell high. You can't get any lower than the low of the year. She shoots up, gaps up. That right there should tell you to run. Not only that this is the bottom at 82, she jumps up to 100, that's 20 bucks. 20 bucks on an $80 stock is over 20%. 25%. No, that's 25% from here to here. Yeah, there's going to be profit taking, so no, I would not want to jump into this personally myself. Jonathan, may I ask you to analyze SNGX? Why? SNGX. Hell no. There's my analyzation. Do you like that one, Jonathan? Now, Jonathan, the reason why I'm saying hell no to this, okay, a couple of reasons. Reason number one, there's no options. Where's the opportunity to make money on a weekly basis? There's nothing to sell on a weekly basis. And no, I'm not going to sit in front of a computer looking at this. $1? How can you tell me this thing's made over 20 years of profits? Al Gore was an investor in Beyond Meat before its IPO. That makes it a hell no. Oh, no, Kevin, that doesn't, no. It makes it a double hell no. Oh, freaking hell no. What stock have you made the most money on? Probably U.S. Steel or Kohl's. All right. Dimitri, then what's the point of asking a question if you already know the answer? I'm gonna go with you, Brody. Kevsta, hey James, if your stock is down, say 5%, where would you typically sell the next call option? I would always like to have at least 3 to 5 strike prices out, because if I'm dropping the strike price from my, if I'm lowering my strike price from my purchase price, I want to be in some type of a safety scenario, which 3 to 5 strikes out of the money. Now, granted, when the stock drops, you're probably not going to get a full 1%. Probably not. Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike must be new here. And the only reason I say Mr. Mike must be new here because only people that are new here ask me about stocks that I've looked at dozens upon dozens of times and said no, no, hell no. Okay? It's not that I just don't like them. Okay? SoFi has no dividends. Okay? So, Mike, I'm not 100% sure if you realize which button you were clicking on when you came here. Because the name of the show is Dividend Stock Talk. The first word, dividend stock talk. And then the subtitle is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow. Yet you asking me about SoFi, and SoFi has no dividends. So why the hell are we looking at it? See, I don't ask for much. If you're going to waste my time with something halfway decent. SoFi has no dividends, so I have no desire to even look at it. Unless, of course, it's on Warren Buffett's list, which that I don't know. Because old Warren boy did, buy some more Kevsta. Thank you. You're welcome. What's your strategy for exiting large gains? Sell original investment and ride? Sell all at once? It's an interesting question. Mike, yes, I am. Yes, I know you are, Mike. But you're talking about options. Yes, I am, Mike. I'm talking about dividend stocks with weekly options. Okay, Mike, there's 10,710 different companies. Okay, out of all those 10,710 companies, 5,500, I think it was 50 something, have dividends. That means the rest don't. So out of those 5,500 companies that have dividends, only about 3,500 have options. And out of those 3,500, I have no idea how many have weekly options. But I do know out of those 3,500, only about 300 make my list. So if it has options, great. If it's consistently profitable, at least 2 decades, great. That's what I'm looking for. Zengetsu. Check target. Price keeps collapsing, but pays dividends. What would you do from there? Thanks there, Mr. Mike. All right, so target. Now you're right about it keep paying dividends. Target is actually a dividend king. Okay? Zengetsu. Okay, Zengetsu. Target is a dividend king. Okay, here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's in a downward trend at the moment. It does have 5 decades of increased profits, which means year after year after year, they make more and more money. So yeah, why the hell not? Look at your last 30 days. Now, the last 30 days is going to give me an idea of where do I think this thing is going next. Okay, 30 days ago, we're right here. We dropped, find the bottom, shoot up, there's the top, now she's coming down. Definitely not this week. It's in a down. See, here's your 30-day bottom. She shoots up, here's your 30-day top. What do you think? She went from 85 to 100. 85 to 100, that's $15. Now, $15 on an $85 stock, just a little bit below 20%. Because $16 would be 20%, or $17 would be 20%. But this, just below 20%, a 20% increase. Oh, of course, now it's coming back down. So don't get me wrong, I like Target, I do. But I would wait for it to come back down here somewhere, probably in another 2 weeks. But here's the thing. In 2 weeks, Target is going to have its dividend. Joan. Uh-oh. Yo, is RR able to buy? You can buy whatever you want. Now, if you're asking me, would I buy it? Probably not. Now, the reason why I probably would not buy RR, this thing was 50 cents last year. Okay, 50 cents last year. She jumps up to $5, drops back down to $1.50, goes sideways for about 9 months, shoots up to $7.50, now pulls back to $5. No, I don't buy anything unless it has 2 decades of consistent profits. Consistent profit means 20 years making more and more money year after year after year after year. How much open do you have? I have no idea what that means. How much open do I don't have any open. I mean, that's a stock. That I know. OPEN. Why the hell would I buy this thing? Didn't I just say if a stock is 50 cents a year ago or even 4 months ago, she shoots up to 11? That's a nice jump, but that's not something it does every week. It doesn't do that every month. It doesn't do that every year. So why the hell are we looking at it? Because it doesn't have 20 years of profits. You think it's going to tank more? It's not what I said. What I said is I don't buy stocks that were 50 cents a couple of months ago, and now they're up to 11. That's all I said. It says I don't buy those things because they're not consistent, they're not predictable, and they don't do the same thing over and over and over again. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that is consistently profitable, number one, okay, has weekly options, number two, and is in a good position. 20 years of increased profits. If this thing was 50 cents, how the hell can you tell me it has 20 years of increased profits every single year? I just find that hard to believe. That's all. All right, what do we have over here? Somebody's planet. Good evening. Peer Rats. You bought Plug. Okay, I wouldn't have bought Plug. But, hey, you bought Plug. Good for you. All right. We looked at DNP. We looked at Plug. Uh-oh. Matthew wants to take a look at IWM. I find it amazing why some of you buy what the hell you buy. I do. Uh-oh. Joan wants to take a look at NVO. All right, Joan, sit tight. Who asked about this one? Matthew. Matthew, check this out. It was 170 back in April. It goes from 170 up to 250. That's an $80 increase. An $80 increase on a 170 stock is what, 60%, 55, that 55, 60% from here to here? Yeah, I was going to have a pullback. I've never heard of the company, so no. And am I reading that right? Oh, this thing's got dailies. Oh, hell no. No. Tradevine. Didn't we already look at UPS? Somebody asked me about UPS earlier. Yeah, right there. Yeah, somebody asked me about UPS. I said, watch out for that right there. Your bottom is here, shoots up. Now she's coming back down again. Simple, right? Uh-oh. BP Benhare wants to take a look at SOXL. Why? SOXL. Direxion Semiconductor Bull 3X ETF. BP, I'm doing it right now. You never responded to my comments. Well, I'm taking a look at SOXL right now, and I'm telling you hell no. The reason why I'm saying hell no? Well, look at your bottom right here, back in April. $7 to 50. That's a 600% increase. 600% increase. Why are we looking at something at the top of the year? It's never been there before. Why are we looking at it? Skippy wants to take a look at FICO. FICO. What do you think, Skippy? Fair Isaac Corporation. Hell no. How about coin? How about no? Now, Skippy, the reason why I'm saying no to FICO is November, December, January, February, April, blah, 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 blah. Those are months of the year, Skippy. Okay? When I say weekly options only, I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. They just don't work for me. You like it, you do it. You're asking my opinion. My opinion is I don't want to bother wasting my time on something that does not fit. If I'm going to go to the shoe store and look for a pair of shoes, well, I'm not going to buy a pair of shoes that just don't fit. I have a certain trading strategy. I'm looking for simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week, which means I need something that trades on a weekly basis. Monthly options do not trade weekly because they're monthly. They pay once. You can play them once a month. That's about it. Diz wants to take a look at coin. Why are we looking at coin, Diz? Seriously, why? Why are we looking at it? How many dividends does it have? How long has it been in business? And it's dropping at the moment. Look at this. Why are we even bothering? Okay, here's your last 30 days. Here's your 30-day high. Here's your 30-day bottom. She dropped. She went up. Now she's pulling back again. No, not this week anyway. Maybe next week. Joan wants to take a look at NVO. Nova. I actually have some of this, Joan. NVO. Well, here we go. Simple. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways. We're at 50 bucks. 50 bucks. That's where we're at the moment. Now, she's still dropping, so it's not really that appealing. Okay? Not until she finds the bottom and turns around, goes back up. Just keep, if you like Novo, just keep your eye on it. It will find a bottom eventually, and then it'll turn around. All righty, BP. Diz, we looked at coin. It was a no. Big Dog, ONDS. What's your think I am in number one and $2? All right, Big Dog, that makes no sense. ONDS. What's you think I am in $1 and $2? Big Dog, I have no idea what that means. Omar, how you doing? BP wants to take a look at Macy's. Macy's is going to be a no also, only because they had that big, huge jump. Okay, from 16 up to 20. That's a 25% increase. They started pulling back yesterday and having more pullback today. Think about it. 25% increase. From here to here is a 25% increase. That means no. Michael Dean Lewis, but it does pay 65 cents a share monthly. All right, Michael Dean Lewis. What are we talking about, Michael Dean? DNP. Okay, Michael Dean seems to think DNP is wonderful. Okay. DNP. Oh my goodness. I honestly don't give a flying dead rat's carcass. No options, no thank you. Plain and simple. I don't care if it comes with cheesecake, balloons, and a confetti parade. Don't care. I'm looking for simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week for an easy in and easy out. I want to be on front of my computer 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. That's it. Okay? No options, no thank you. No dividends, no thank you. Plain and simple. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. Thank you there, BP. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I really just see? Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Thank you there. Yep, Jonah got that one. Yeah, Novo, Nordisk, NVO, Novo, whatever. Nothing, thank you. Nice chart, blah, 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 blah. Uh-oh. Kay wants to look at OSCR. What the heck is that, OSCR? OSCR. Oscar Health. Never heard of it. Well, let's go to Yahoo Finance and see how many dividends this thing actually has. OSCR. OSCR. I never heard of it, okay? That's who, I have no idea who it is, but K, that's the name, K. Kind of like, what is that? Oscar Health Incorporated, $18. There are no dividends in the selected time period. Why are we looking at it? K, you're new here. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. That means there has to be a dividend. And I can't believe Gang Hood is actually asking about Nvidia. I'm going to give you a hell no. Nvidia, seriously? Nvidia. NVDA. I gotta do this at least 2 or 3 times a week for Nvidia because people just don't seem to pay attention. All right, so Nvidia, $200 per share, $202 per share. Look at this dividend, 1 penny. Why the hell would I invest in a company that pays 1 penny dividend? It's a $200 stock. Take a look at the numbers. Seriously, Ganghood, take a look at the numbers. The book value on Nvidia is $4.11. That means if the company is ordered to liquidate, okay, that happens once in a while, you need to liquidate your assets and pay off all your investors. Well, guess what? That $200 share, $200 per share, you're getting $4.11 because that's all the company is worth. Are you turning your funds into crypto? Chancellor Dro. Okay. Now, I'm not turning my funds into crypto, but I am creating my own crypto. Now, I don't trade crypto, so don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Okay? I don't trade crypto, but I do have, I am going to create my own. What do I mean by that? Well, years ago, you had 2 choices, cash or check. And then, lo and behold, they had the credit card. So now it's cash, check, credit card. Well, after that, cash, check, credit card, PayPal. Well, now it's cash, check, credit card, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App. Now they want to do cash, credit, PayPal, Zelle, and then crypto. Crypto is just one more form of payment. That's it. The nice thing about crypto, don't get me wrong, I don't trade crypto, okay? I'm not a crypto investor, so don't ask me questions about crypto. All I'm telling you is because somebody asked the question, okay? Okay, now I have the ability to take my funds and create my own cryptocurrency because I started this little endeavor about 10 or 15 years ago. And I continue on building it so that at some point in time, my children and my grandchildren will take over. Well, in 20 or 30 years, well, the crypto that I'm creating this year, okay, it may be worth, what, 1/1,000,000th of a penny or something weird number like that, 1/1,000,000th of a dollar. But in 20 years, what is it going to be worth then? But here's another thing. Okay, the federal government is switching over to digital dollars. Digital. So all that money you have in the bank is all going to be converted, whether you want it or not, into a digital currency. Which means if you do something stupid, remember what happened to the truck drivers in Canada. Okay, with a click of a button, they turned their money off. Which means the truck drivers couldn't do shit because they didn't have access to the money. Because the government didn't like what they were doing and they turned the money off. Well, guess what they're doing here in the US? Same damn thing. They're changing from currency that we have now to a digital currency. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, you got no choice in the matter. Terribly sorry. And some of the rumors that I've heard, there's a lot of them out there. If you do something stupid, like, now, I'm not saying what the truck drivers in Canada did was stupid. That's not what I'm saying at all. If you do something that the government doesn't agree with, they can turn your money off. And if you're a little on the chunky side and you want to go buy a Snickers, guess what? They can say, nope, you're too fat. You can't have junk food. They can actually do that. So yeah, I'm creating my own cryptocurrency so that I'll be able to do whatever I want and not have to worry about appeasing Uncle Sam. So yes, I am changing some of my funds into crypto, but it's my own crypto. And no, I don't trade crypto, so no, don't ask me about crypto. All right, hopefully that answered the question. Rob wants to take a look at Bristol-Myers Squibb, BMY. BMY, here we go. Now that is interesting. Hold on for a second. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Sideways, down, sideways, down. Look what happened today. Nice jump up. Nice jump up today. Now, when you're going to jump up like that, now granted, bottoms out, shoots up. Bottoms out, shoots up. Bottoms out. Here's the bottom of the year right there, yesterday. Today, she gapped up at 43 and went all the way up almost to 46. Now, from 43 to 46 is only $3. It's a $40 stock, so it's not quite 10%. Was it like 8%, something like that? Closer to 8%. But still, with a big jump like that, look at the volume. See the lines in the back, these blue lines? This is the volume today. That's triple volume today. Why? What happened that they have triple volume? Can we look at IWM? We already did that. Michael, but it pays 65 cents. Yes, Michael. I'm glad you like that, Michael. Good for you. Austin, what's happening, brother? Fly Goofy wants to take a look at KSS, Fly Goofy, Kohl's, KSS. I love Kohl's. It's one of my favorite stocks, but it's not the right time to jump in to Kohl's. Now, even though I already own some, now I'm looking to get rid of mine. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's in a downward trend at the moment. Look at the last 30 days, because you missed the opportunity. It was there last week. Or was it a week ago? Here's the last 30 days. Shoots up, 30-day high. Shoots down, 30-day bottom. Shoots up, new 30-day high. Now it's dropping. Where's it dropping to? My guess would be somewhere around here. So that looks like not this week, but maybe next week if you wanted to jump into Kohl's. Now, I already have some, so I'm just like treading water with mine. And I do get a nice return on a weekly basis with my Kohl's. So I have no problem whatsoever holding on to it. The Traveler, it's soy proteins. I have no idea what you're talking about. Matthew K.A. Hey, boss, can we look at IWM? We already did. Looking forward to puts. IWM. Okay, that would kind of make sense, but that's not what I teach here. Sorry, Matthew. Here's Alex. Alex, tell him what he's won. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for being a participant on our show today, you win SB 1981. Good evening, The Traveler. Do you prefer selling covered calls or selling cash secured puts? Covered calls, they're simpler, they're easier, less headache. Ooh, Ali wants to take a look at Colgate Palmolive, Dividend King Extraordinaire. Take a look at this. Bottom of the year was yesterday. Today, one day to the upside. You know what that means? Possibility that tomorrow could be day 2 to the upside, which would mean it's a high probability that CL, Colgate Palmolive, would be great for next week. I put it down on the list. SB 1981. Thank you for that. Daily Muggle. Is Interactive Broker a legit company to invest in stocks? Yeah, it is. Now, I remember Interactive Broker was the only one that allowed there was a certain trade that I wanted to do, and it was called cross margining. Okay, nobody's ever heard of it, cross margining. Well, they used to, they don't have them anymore, single stock futures. The neat thing about single stock futures is you can buy a single stock future and sell a covered call against it, and there was no time value. Unlike a calendar spread or poor man's covered call, where it is time value to the option and it slowly decayed. Not so with these single stock futures. But cross margining is going from futures to stock options, and Interactive Broker was the only one that allowed cross margining. King Galafalafa wants my opinion on Meta. Back to Yahoo Finance. META. Okay, so King Galfalfa. Oh, King Galfalfa. That should be your first clue right there not to jump into this thing. 666. Anyway, dividends only. Okay, King Alfalfa. 2024, 2025. That's it. Now, yes, Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call it, has been around for a while, but they've only started paying dividends for the last 2 years. So they only have 2 years of provable dividend increases. That's it. The first dividend was 50 cents. The second one was 52.5 cents. That's it. There's only 2. So no, I don't do Meta because ask me in 18 years, and then we'll talk about it. Thoughts on XLF. What the hell is XLF? XLF. Sector Strain Financial Select Spider ETF. Hell no. No. What do we have next? Oh, hold on. Josh wants to take a look at XLF. Okay, Josh. XLF. Now, I'm not a fan, but when anybody asks something to take a look at it, I'll take a look at it, and I'll give you my opinion. Okay, XLF, waiting. Here you go, on Yahoo Finance. There it is, 52 bucks. Wow, XLF goes all the way, holy cow. Wait a second, is that right? Okay, 2025, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Holy shit, this thing's got 20 years. Well, let's see. Who came up with this one? Josh? Hold on, Josh, let's check this out. All right, March 18th, 2025. 12. 14. 13, that's down. 16, that's up. 14, that's down. 15, that's up. 15, that's up. 22, that's up. 12, that's down. 16. See, now you're going from 12 to 15 to 16 to 22 back to 16. $21, 20, 21, 16 down, 16 down, 15 down, 14 down, 6. It went from 21 down to 6, down to 4, down to 3, down to 4, down to 2. Oh, hell no. Josh, did you see that? It goes from 21 down to 2. 21 to 2. That's a 90% decrease in profits. What the hell are we looking at this for? Consistency of profitability, Josh. This from 16 to 20, that's higher. 20 to 21, that's higher. 16, that's lower. 16, lower. 15, lower. 14, lower. 6, lower. 5, lower. 3, lower. 2, lower. How much lower do you want to go, dude? Hell no. I don't do companies that aren't profitable. It just doesn't make sense. Tory, B-E-R-A. What the hell is that? B-E-R-A. B-E-R-A. B-E-R. What the heck is B-E-R-A? Tory. Come on. Okay. Symbols similar to B-E-R-A. Bera Holdings. Oh, Poland, U.S. Bera. Bera, U.S. Bera. Cryptocurrencies. Oh, hell no. Why are we looking at cryptocurrencies? I'm just going to say no. I don't do cryptocurrencies. Sorry, Tori. Quinn. What do you think about funds like JEPI? Okay, Quinn, my opinion on funds just like JEPI is they have not been around long enough to show that they have any profitability on a consistent basis. That's it. Okay, they're not 20 years old. Okay, they don't have all that profit that I'm looking for, consistency. What website are you on? Victor, it's not a website. This is a trading platform, and it's offered through Charles Schwab. All right. Okay. So, yeah, Quinn, that thing's not consistently profitable. OSCR, no dividends. Yeah, no thank you. Okay, so Jarrier Gill wants to take a look at SPX. SPX. There are no dividends on SPX at the select time period. Quinn, JEPI, JEPI, JEPI. Jeppy. Let's see a Jeppy for Mr. Quinn. Okay. Okay, Mr. Quinn, you see that? JP Morgan Equity Premium Income Equity ETF. $56. $56. Okay. Let's go back to the very beginning. Now, see, Quinn, I got a minor problem with JEPI. The first dividend was in 2020. That's 5 years ago, 2020. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at some numbers. 49. That's the first one. 29. That's horrible. That's down. 45. That's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down. It goes up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Quinn, why are we looking at this? Hold on. It keeps doing it. 39, 25, down, up, 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 down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 44, up, down, down, down. Hell no. Do you see what I'm looking at, Quinn? They're not consistently profitable. No, I don't ask for much, but I do ask for consistency of profitability. Let me just quickly show you one, just in case you don't understand what consistency of profitability is. Okay, just in case you don't know what consistency of profitability actually looks like. All right. Now you may agree or you may not agree with Microsoft. Okay. It's 5.25. Look at the numbers. All the way back to 2005. Right there. 2005. 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83. Did you notice each and every single year the profit went higher and higher and higher? What's Microsoft? They are on my list. Okay, they're not a dividend king. Okay, but still, they have more than 25 years of increased profits. So why wouldn't I want to invest in something like that? Now, JEPI, it's not consistently profitable. You're making money this time. Next time, it could be higher or it could be lower. I don't want to play that game. I make sure wherever I put my money, they are consistently profitable. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Holy cow, it's 10 o'clock already. Victor, XRP is not a dividend stock. What a great thought. Okay, thank you. Ooh, BP wants to take a look at Visa. I like Visa. I do. What does Visa look like today? Oh, there you go. Right there. Visa. High of the year. Low of the year. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's a little bit of a downturn now, but ab trades. I'm helping first 5 people. I hate it when people do that. Okay. Okay, Jerrier, we already looked at SPX. It was a no. What about quantum stocks? D-Wave, ticker symbol QUBTS. Up, down, up, down. No to Visa for this week. No Visa for you. All right. Quantum. Doyle wants to take a look at D-Web, QUBTS. All right. QUBTS. QUBTS. We cannot find that symbol. So I got no problem whatsoever taking a look at whatever you want me to take a look at, whether I agree with it or not. But if you give me something that comes up with a we cannot find it, well, then we cannot find it. Josh, XLF, already looked at it and I already gave you my opinion on that. Marshmallow Lover. Yeah, I don't do crypto. Okay, isn't that what I said? I don't do crypto. I don't trade crypto. I have my own. Well, I don't have it yet. I'm about to actually create my own cryptocurrency because I don't trust the government. Plain and simple, I don't trust them. See, if the government has access to your money at a flip of a key, a flip of a switch, a stroke on the keyboard, that's it, a stroke on the keyboard, they can wipe out all your money. Yeah, hell no, I ain't giving the power to them. Hell no. BP wants to take a look at Caterpillar. Hell no. Don't get me wrong, I love Caterpillar, I do. BP, it's at the high of the year. I don't ever buy anything at the high of the year. The opportunity has come and gone. Victor, quantum stocks. You got to give me a quantum stock to look at. Tory, B-E-R-A. We looked at B-E-R-A. It was a no, B-E-R-A. It was a, what the hell are you talking about? We cannot find that symbol. B-E-R-A. It must not be a U.S. stock. Marshmallow Lover, we already looked at Target, dude. You're a little late. A Nova Day Trader. Why would I want to look at MSTY? It's like you guys buy anything that some salesman sells to you. MSTY. So who's this one? Okay, Nova Day Trader, MSTY. All right, well, let's take a look at MSTY. Very first dividend MSTY paid out was in 2003. Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. Here it is, right here. Yield Max, MSTA Option Income, MSTY, $10.25. All right, well, let's take a look at all the dividends. Wait a second. April 4th, 2024. April 4th, 2024. Nova Day Trader, April 4th, 2024 was the first dividend. They started out with a bang, $4.12. So, yeah, $4.12. Then they cut it by $1.50, which would be 30. They cut it by 30%. Then it went up. Then it went down. Then it went down. Then it went down. Then it went up. Then it went up. Then it went down. Then it went down. Then it went down. Then it went down. What the hell are you thinking on this thing? Now, don't get me wrong. I know they're offering something that nobody else is offering. Okay, fine. But look at the numbers. $2, 137, 133. So it goes lower, 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 higher. Lower, 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 lower. Did I miss something? It's 2 years old, and the last 8 have gone down. They started out with $4. Now they're at 21 cents. Explain to me, if you will, if the first dividend is $4.12, $4.12, the recent dividend is 21 cents. Explain to me why you think a company who offered a profit of $4.21 is now offering a profit of 21 cents. And you think that's good. Sorry, I don't like MSTY. Patty, how are you today, Patty? We already looked at Microsoft. What about HIMS? We looked at HIMS earlier. How long are you typically holding positions? Couple of days, or do you shoot for a year plus? Nope. A week or 2 or 3. Yeah. Liquidity, he likes fish grown in a lab. Me, I'll just take what I can get to quiet the stomach rumbling. That's all. I don't have an emotional relationship to food like the rest of Americans. I use it for fuel to get things done. That's a great idea. Mr. Andre wants to take a look at Starbucks. Now I actually have some Starbucks. I do. SBUX. Starbucks extraordinaire. Here we go. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's in a downward trend at the moment. Here's your last 30 days. That's your last 30 days. Okay? It went up, down, it went up, now it's coming back down again. See, the funny thing is, I can draw the lines all day long and see how simple it looks. Okay? Up, down, up, down. That's what stocks do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, up. That's it. All righty, what do we have here? Yield Max as a long-term hold and buy the dips. Sorry, Jax, I'm going to disagree with you. TSLY. Jimmy Joy, what's going on? Bitu wants to take a look at Boeing. TSLY. TSLY. Only because he asked. No. Okay, Jimmy Joy, you ready? November, December, February, May, January. These are months of the year, Jim. Okay, I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Sorry, I don't do monthlies, Jim. TSLY is monthly options. No, thank you. Bitu wants to take a look at Boeing. Didn't Boeing had a big drop? Yeah, it did. What do you think? Check it out. Down, up, down, up, down. 2 down days in a row. Look at the volume, too. It goes from 226 down to 200. It was originally at 212. Then it jumped up. Now, here. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Boeing. I do. I actually have some Boeing. And I got no problem whatsoever waiting until it finds a new bottom. Because that's what it's going to do. It's going to... Tomorrow, it either go lower or it'll turn around, one or the other. It's a 50-50 shot. It's either going to go lower or it's going to go higher, one or the other. But it will keep going down until, here's the funny part. It will keep going down until it's done, going down. It's actually that simple. Okay, people think there's more to it than that. No, there's not. Because you and I, we are the buyers, we are the sellers. We are the ones that create this mess. Okay? There's only one number. Okay? One number that is created by one person. Okay? So take a look at the numbers. You got the opening. Where are we? Where are we? Let's do this. Okay. You ready? We have the date, the opening price, the high of the day, the low of the day, the closing, the range, and the volume. Okay, all of those numbers. Only one of those numbers is created out of thin air by one person. That is the market maker. Okay, every morning, the market maker will create. He'll draw a little line in the sand, hold the starting pistol, and say, go. Every time you see an opening price. Okay, today, the opening price is 210. The closing price, 200. The opening price was created by the market maker. We, the buyers and sellers, created all this. Okay, the market maker just drew the line in the sand, opened the door, say, come on, let's do some shopping. Okay, stock went down. It is what it is. All right, so it's 10 past 10. Let me get my seat out so I get comfortable and answer some questions. All righty. Patty wants to take a look at SBET. Patty, what's SBET? I have no idea. SBET. Don't disappoint me. Sharp Link Gaming Incorporated. That's SBET. SBET. Hell no. What the hell is that? Patty, what are we looking at? Seriously, this thing was what? At $1 back in May? And it shoots up to 120 and now it's pulling back. You think this is normal? Do you think this is predictable? Okay, that happens like once in a lifetime or twice in a lifetime. Not something. See, Patty, don't get me wrong, it's interesting. If you got on that and you made that big, good for you. Seriously. But for the rest of us here, this is not an opportunity that you can isolate and do on a regular basis. Wes, what's going on? Morgan Oliver. All right. Izzy Cat, ODFL. Izzy Cat, I have no idea what that is. ODFL. Old Dominion Freight. No. Sorry, Izzy Cat. Like I said earlier, I don't do monthlies. Okay? Nova Day Trader, you're welcome. Da da da. What the hell were you thinking? Gallant, what are you doing over there? How are you today, brother? All right. Dun da da da. Dun da 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 da. Marianne Gaffer. What's happening, Marianne Gaffer? Brody Dillard's DDS. No options. No, thank you. Sorry, Brody. Chemico 609 Grass Talk. Chemico, you got to give me the ticker symbol, dude. WD, what sites are you using on your screens? I got 2 TikTok channels, 3 YouTube channels, Twitter, Zoom, Rumble, LinkedIn, Twitch. I think 1 or 2 more. There's about 9 altogether. Starbucks lowered its earnings expectations. Okay. Gallant wants to take a look at NEM. Isn't that Newmont? NEM? NEM! NEM! Help me, NEM! Interesting. Now, see, something like this is interesting. Now, the reason why, when I usually see something with a high like this, I usually say no. But this thing was at 35 bucks about 9 months ago. It shoots up from 35 bucks up to 100. Then it had a pullback from 100 down to 75. That is a 25% decrease. So she goes from 35 bucks, makes this nice run, and then she pulls back 25%. That's your profit taken right there. And she's bouncing off this here. Now she's going up. So yeah, hell yeah. I like the way that chart looks. Also, 82.31. The 82s are going for 251. Well, 251 on an $82 stock is almost 3% if you like Newmont. Isn't there always a catch? A great looking chart, nice numbers, but I have to like the company. Yeah, never invest your money in a company you don't want to hold on to or you don't want to buy. You either like it or you don't. You know what? You know what's funny thing is? We didn't do a single covered call example last night. We just talked all night long and answered questions. I looked at a bunch of stuff, but not a single one did we do. Let's take a look at Newmont because this one actually looks good. What am I looking for when I look at a chart? 5 things. The high, the low, where was it, where is it? Look at the momentum. Down, up, down, up. Well, that's pretty damn easy. Rule 5, check the numbers, make sure all the numbers. That's rule 5. Make sure all the numbers work. What am I buying it for? 82.31. What am I selling it for? 82. What am I collecting? 251. That's almost 3%. And do I like Newmont? Yeah, I like Newmont. Let's see what it looks like. Let's get this out of the way. Let's change this to a covered stock. And let's do the 82s right there. There it is. And there it is. 1 contracts. I just want to show you what 1 contract looks like. And then you can decide, do you want to do 1? Do you want to do 15? Do you want to do 25? How many do you want to do? Think about it. Okay, here's the order right here. Buy 1 covered call NEM. That's Newmont. 100, which is the weeklies. 7 November. Can you believe it? 7 November is next Friday? Where the hell did the year go? 82 call option against the stock at the market to open. 233 is my profit. See, max profit, 233. Trade, cost of trade, including commissions and fees, 7,900. Let's see what the rate of return is. Isaac, we already looked at UPS. Liquid City, I'm right here with you. That's why I'm here. The people I'm surrounded by don't have even decent questions or answers. I see why they're scared of actual intelligence. like the movie Idiocracy. Oh, I saw that movie. It's like, oh my God. Wouldn't that be terrible if actually the world went to that? I was going to ask about LL Bean. However, I did a little research and found they are a privately traded little stuff like that. Okay, gotcha. Matthew, hey boss, can we look at IWM? We already did. It's funny, Matthew, we already looked at IWM because somebody else was asking about puts on that exact same stock a little while ago. Spirit Inline is pretty low to buy. You have fun with that one, Thomas. I think I have dyslexia with everything appearing backwards. Okay. Man, I turned 3,000 to 6,000, right back into 1,500 this past week. Good for you. Made me sick. All right, Spencer Jones. Sorry about that, dude. All right, so Daily Muggle. All right, we got that question, we got that question, we got that question, we got that question. Wait a second, we're doing a covered call over here. All right, well, let's do this one. Robin the Fever, Newmont. We're doing Newmont right now. The world isn't far from idiocracy. Yeah, I know, isn't that sad? Who do we have over here? Joe! Sarah, how are you doing? How do dividends get paid if you only own the stock for a week? Okay, Joe, you're under the impression that I'm looking to capture the dividend. I'm not. I'm only looking at the dividend as a precursor or as an indicator. Now, if the dividend consistently increases, the only thing that tells me is the company's making more money than they did before. Because as a company makes more and more money, the dividends get higher and higher and higher. Now, I also look at the dividend, tell me when to buy the stock, because just before they pay the dividend, Joe, the stock has a tendency to go up in value. So by knowing when the stock is going to move with that information, then it's easy to get a good trading strategy, simple one, to get in, to get out with a very small profit. Now, the profit I'm looking for is only 1% a week. Now, 1% every week comes to over 50% per year, and that works for me. Robin, yes, I want to write Newmont down. Not sure how to spell it. Is it an N-E-N-U-E? Key stuff. What is the best way to start? I know that it takes time. Where should I start with learning? Well, you could come here every night and just listen to the conversation. It doesn't cost you anything. Just listen to the conversation. Uh-oh. Do your own research. Here's a stock, AGNC, 12% since 2020. Okay, we'll take a look at that next. Okay, right now, we are looking at Newmont. All right, so here's the trade right here. Max profit, 239, investment, 7,900. Let's get the calculator out and see what kind of rate of return that is. This might be one we want to save and hold on to. Calculator, here we go. All right, so first thing I want to do is take the profit and put the profit into the calculator first, and that was 239. To find out the rate of return, you take the profit, 239, and you divide it by the investment, 7,900. 79.61 to be exact, and the grand total is 3%. Now, we know that 1% every single week is 50% per year. So a little math will tell us 2% would be 100% per year. 3% would be 150% every year. But there's a catch. Do you like Newmont? That's the catch. So I like this one. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to save this one. Oops, come on. Come on. And over to there. Lovely. Now I'm going to bring it down here. And I'm going to put in 3%. All righty. Come on. There we go. Now we're going to go in and we're actually going to save it right there. And there it is right there. All right. There, for those of you who didn't see it. Okay, buy one covered call Newmont. 7 November, that's next Friday. The 82 call option. 239 is the profit. The investment, 79.61. That's a 3% profit. All right, so let me get rid of. Oh. No. Okay, yeah, that works. All right. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Open this one more time. There we go. Now, Newmont was 3%. Whoops. And 3%. All right, take it small, make it smaller. Here we go, right there, and bring it over to there. Okay, so this is what we found last week. These ones right here. This is what we found last week. Kohl's, Humana, Ford, Pfizer, Adobe. That was last week. This week, what do we have? Uh-oh. All right. This week we have AT&T, Marvel, Altria, Uber, and K-View. All right, whatever. Whoops. What am I doing? Why is it not working? All right, anyway, I'm done with that. Done with that anyway. What is the best way to start? To know it takes time. Where do I start? Just keep showing up. CMG, SM Rocky wants to take a look at CMG. Isn't that Chipotle, CMG? CMG. Sorry, I'm just changing all this back to where we were. And we're going to pull up CMG. CMG. Chipotle. I was right. Chipotle. Hey, oh, look at that. There's an opportunity. I'm going to get out of my seat again. Now, I only say this is an opportunity. Not that I like Chipotle. They don't have dividends, so I don't invest in. I think I bought it twice. That was it, because the numbers were crazy. Okay, here's the high. Today was the low. Big, huge gap down. The volume was just freaking nuts. Up, down, up, down. A gap down here. A gap down here. Now, the nice thing about this, okay, we know Chipotle's not going anywhere. Come on, the millennials and the Gen Z, they love that Chipotle crap. But look at this. There's the high. Here's the low. It was at 43. Now it's at 31. Now, it's not a great opportunity at the moment because today's one down day. Okay, well, I want 2 days to the upside. So I want to see what this thing is doing tomorrow, and then what is it doing on Monday? Then maybe I might jump in on Tuesday if the numbers look good, because you can't get any lower than the low of the year if you like Chipotle. Robin the Fever. Yes, I want to write Newmont down. Not sure how to spell it. N-E-M. Robin, N-E-M. N-E-M. Newmont. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Here's a stock, AGNC. Uh-oh. Do your own research. AGNC. Okay, so do your own research. Let me tell you what I think of AGNC. Now, don't get me wrong, right? But the current price is $10. Okay, the $10 strike price is going for 7 cents. That's not 1%, so why would I do it? But to make matters worse, if I'm wrong and the stock goes down, take a look at this. One strike out is 7 cents, not 1%. Two strikes out, 1 cent. That's horrible. And then it goes 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So AGNC and energy transfer, you have to be exactly right. There's no room for mistakes with this company because if it goes down, you're getting nothing. Plain and simple. Evan, UEC, what is that? Wes wants to take a look at OKLA. Wes, what is that? OKLA. 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 Three times down. Spade, Oklahoma Index. Unfortunately, Wes, can't find that symbol. Sorry. Evan wants to take a look at UEC. UEC. Gotta love some UEC. Uranium Energy Corporation. It's at $4 back in April. I'm going to have a hard time with this one. So I want to go to Yahoo Finance and see what UEC pays out in dividends. Patty, Ethereum holder. Okay, Patty, I need a ticker symbol. Ethereum holder doesn't mean anything to me. What should I do? Thoughts on Starbucks? Joe, we looked at Starbucks earlier. Jennifer, what does the chart have to look like to say yes after meeting your prerequisites? Well, we just saw one 2 seconds ago. Jen. Yorkshire, hey, just sending some love, good health, all you. Thank you. From Yorkshire, from York in England. I'm using your help to help my investments over here. So cheers. Yay! EMR, Emerson. Ooh, I like Emerson. Okay, so here it is. UEC. Okay, who came up with it? Evan, UEC. There are no dividends for UEC, Evan, so why are we looking at it? That's an interesting question. Why are we looking at it? Newmont. All right. This is live. Thank you. Yay! We got the screen working. Yes, we did. Felix, James, this camera makes you look better than the other TikTok channel. Thank you. Thank you, Felix. Gallant, you've been here long enough. No, I'm not going to do energy trade. Oh, Estee Lauder. I thought that was energy transfer. I like Estee Lauder. What's that doing nowadays? Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder. Okay, I'm going to say no. Only because it's not far enough of a drop. Gallant, it's not big enough of a drop right there. 104, she drops down to 94. It's only $10. And she shoots up, pulls back. She's coming back down. Wait, I'd wait for a bottom, personally. Chipotle is struggling. They announced their growth has dramatically slowed down. Oh, boo-hoo. I think I went to Chipotle twice. Wasn't impressed. Thoughts on CPB? That's Campbell's Soup. CPB. What was that commercial? Good. Good. That's what Campbell Soups are. Good. Well, it doesn't look like it's doing so hot. Okay, the high of the year. Here's the bottom. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. What's going on here? Let's zoom in to find out what's going on. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Here we go. Last 30 days. Well, it looks interesting. Down, up, down. What's going on here? Not quite ready, but maybe Monday or Tuesday is a possibility. Has he looked at QQQI? He won't like how new it is, but curious his thoughts. See, the funny thing is, you want me to take a look at it and you know I don't like it, so why are we looking at it? Isn't that an interesting question? You know I don't like it, yet you want me to look to see what my thoughts are. QQQI. Hell no, I don't do monthlies. Okay, that's it. I don't do monthlies, and it's at the high of the year. Seriously, number one, you knew I don't like it, number one. Number two, you probably knew that it's at the high of the year, and it's a monthly. It's nothing but wasting our time. I would say mine, but no, it's ours. What else do we have? T, why do you have to like it if it pays consistently? Not sarcasm. That's a good question. So T, I don't buy anything unless I like the company. Is the company consistently profitable? It's a yes or no question. Then, is it the right time to buy? Well, first and foremost, okay, something like QQQI, it's monthly. Number one, I don't do monthlies. Number two, I don't buy anything at the high of the year. It just doesn't make any sense. But here's the thing about QQQI, and the dude knows this, but he wanted me to look at it anyway. So let's look at QQQI just for the fun of it. QQQI, okay? Give it a second, it'll pop up. Come on. Here we go. Okay, NEOS, NASDAQ 100, High Income ETF, QQQI. Okay, $55. We're looking at the dividends. Okay, T, do you see this? The dividends? February 21st, 2024. That was the first dividend. This thing's only 2 years old. So I don't like it because it's only 2 years old. And then let's take a look at the profits. 59.60, that's higher. 58, that's down. 61, higher, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, 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 higher. Okay, let's keep on going. All right, 62. 62, higher, lower, 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 higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, higher. It's like half the time it's going down, half the time it's going up. T, I only like companies that are consistently profitable for at least 2 decades. I'm holding up 2 fingers. It doesn't mean 2 years. It means 2 decades. That's 20 years. This is only 2 years old. Why would I want to put my money into a 2-year-old company? Okay, they haven't gotten to the growing pains yet. Most companies don't make it 3 to 5 years. This thing's only 2. So no. All right, what do we have over here? James wants to take a look at ETN. Isn't that Eaton? ETN? ETN. Eaton, yeah, Eaton Corporation. Having a difficult time with this one. Look at the movement. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. She goes up, down, up, down, up. Well, what's going on there? Is it the right time to jump into this? Or are we waiting for a better entry? So I'm going to say no to this only because the 30-day high is today. 30-day bottom was 2 weeks ago. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up. It looks like it's getting ready to pull back. So no. For me, anyway. I'm using your help, Kate. Got it. Emerson. TY wants to take a look at Emerson. EMR, Emerson. Now, look at this with Emerson. Okay, 30 days ago. Up, down. Here's your 30-day bottom. Now, it goes from 126 to 140. 126 to 140 is $14. $14 on a 126 stock is about 14%. Not something I want to jump into. I don't like jumping in at the high. You want a Snickers. Denied. Sure is. Is this still backwards? Yep, sure is. He has another stream somewhere, same time, other than, okay. Yeah, unless somebody, I apologize almost every night for you guys on YouTube. I really do. I feel bad that nobody knows how to reverse the camera. Okay, people keep complaining about not being able to reverse the camera. Fine. Tell me how to reverse the camera. I got no problem reversing it. Nobody knows how to do it. Tra-la-la. Angel. Terabay, hello. I've been making a killing on D-Wave. Way to go. D-Wave. D-W-A-V. Well, you got to give me the right ticker symbol because D-Wave is not the ticker symbol. Sorry. Fly Goofy, PSKY. PSKY. Paramount Skydance. Okay, now this is interesting only because you got your bottom here. Here's your high. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Goes sideways, shoots up, pulls back. Shoots up, pulls back. Got all this pullback from 21 to 15. And she keeps dropping. If you really like it, wait to find the bottom. Wait. It's not that difficult. I mean, look at the last 30 days. It will find a bottom eventually. Bitu. ENPH. ENPH. Waiting for data. There it is. All righty. So, here's your high. Here's your low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down. Not the time to jump in, but if you want to keep your eye on it, it might actually be something interesting as soon as it finds a bottom. $30, the 30's going for 120, that's 4%. Well, that's not bad. Here, oh, there's no bid. Terribly sorry. All right. All righty, what do we have? XLV. Jamal wants to take a look at XLV. What the heck is XLV? Anybody know? XLV? XLV. Select Sector Healthcare Spider ETF. Well, that looks interesting. Let's see how many dividends this thing pays out. XLV. Give it a second. It's going to pop up. I'm a mini beast. What's happening? All right. So 144. Back to 15, 6, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Wow. Check that out. So they have been around for that long. Okay. First dividend, 10 cents. Goes from 10 down to 9, to 10, to 11, to 11, to 12, to 19, to 12, 13, 14, 15, 14, 13, 12, 17, 10, 15, 16, 14, 17, 18, 21, 22, 26, 30, 23, 30, 33, 34, 42, 41, 39. This is all over the place. But it is slowly, gradually getting up there. 62, 63. If you like it. Is DCA, dollar cost averaging by selling puts, a good idea? It depends on your position, K-Van. Always depends on your position. Okay, so XLVI. Now, here we go, the last 30 days. Unfortunately, Jamal, 30 days ago, we're at 136. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. So it's coming down off of the high right now. Gallant wants to take a look at QCOM. QCOM. Hell no. Sorry, dude. Did you see that? Here's your 30-day bottom. Shoots up. Now she's coming down. This baby's going to keep on coming down until she's done. Have we done Pfizer? Nope, haven't done Pfizer. PF. We did Pfizer last week. Take a gander at Pfizer. Okay, the high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, 24.29, 24.50 to go for 45. Not quite 2%, but it is over 1.5%. Last one, XBI. What is XBI? XBI. Spider S&P Biotech ETF. Nope. Jamal, I don't buy at the high of the year. It just doesn't make sense to me. Sorry, dude. Oh, let's get comfy. Comfy cozy. Luis Garcia, how are you today? Worldwide Wipe. Aaron Kane, how are you doing? Sophia, how are you? Jan Mark Ryan Rummy. Hello. What your thoughts on K-View after the drop? Also on Dutch Brothers. Applesauce wants to take a look at GLXY. What the hell is GLX? GLXY. Galaxy Digital. Interesting. Interesting. Why are we looking at this? What is this company? What do they do? GLXY. Let's see. Are they profitable? I don't know. I've never heard of them. Well, let's take a look. Galaxy Digital, 34 bucks. Okay, so applesauce, I said dividends only. This thing has no dividends. Okay. Jan Mark Ryan Ramir. Okay, we already looked at K-View. Dutch Brothers, you actually have to give me the ticker symbol. Okay, so we're done way over there. What do we have over here? Do you think you are in an AI bubble? Don't know, don't care. What if no one takes your call? Okay, interesting. Hello, can we check ALLE? What the heck is ALLE? ALLE. Nope. I don't do monthlies. See this? Wait, all right, let me go this way. Hold on a second. November, December, March, June. Those are months of the year, which means I can only do it once a month. That doesn't work for me. I like weekly options, not monthly. Weeklies are fine. Monthlies, they're just challenging. All right. Ivan DHL. Aren't they a shipping company? Okay, not a ticker symbol. Sorry. What do you think of the price of Ethereum? Will it be the end of the year? Don't know, don't care. I don't do cryptocurrency. House 8, you won't like what he has to say about your question. I don't do cryptocurrency. Terribly sorry. It's just too volatile, and it's like the wild, wild west. Thoughts on Bitto? Isn't that part of cryptocurrency? Okay. All right. Down, up, down. All right, so it's going down. So what is it doing? Why are we looking at this? Okay. My thoughts on Bitto. Well, she jumped up. Here's the 30-day bottom. Jumps up, pulls back. So now it's looking for a new bottom. So I'm going to write Bitto down for next week because we did it a couple of times. And it turned out okay. BITO. Because this should be finding a bottom soon. And at 1750, that's only 1%. Doesn't make me that happy. All righty. Cool. Cup. All right. Thank you. Paul Mendez wants to take a look at BROS. BROS. Isn't that Dutch Brothers? Okay. You missed the opportunity by a couple of days, dude. All right. Here it is right there. High right there. She drops down, shoots up. Now she's pulling back. Let me zoom in to show you a little bit better. Okay. Easy to see. There's the previous high. Drop down to the 30-day bottom. Shoots up. You missed your opportunity by about a week or two. Now it's pulling back. So now you're just going to wait a couple of weeks. How about we write bros down for 2 weeks from today? BROS. And when she does the same thing again, we'll do it again. All righty. APPC. Come on, moneymaker. Fix the video. You tell me how to fix the video. I got no problem whatsoever. Okay? You're not the first person to mention it, but you're like number 45 who says there's a problem, yet doesn't come up with an answer. Come up with an answer first before you point out a problem. Because just pointing out a problem, you're just like everyone else pointing out a problem. You don't know the answer. Jamal wants to take a look at IYF. IYF. iShares US Financial ETF. Okay, Jamal, you've been here long enough to know I don't do monthlies. Okay, it's a monthly optionable stock. I don't do monthlies. Okay. All right. Danny boy, what's happening? BP wants to take a look at BSX. What is BSX? BSX. Boston Scientific. Okay. Well, let's go over to Yahoo Finance and see what kind of dividends these have. BSX. Thanks, Jamal. Thanks for your input. Here, I've got the right type of stock you trade. AGNC. Oh, hell no. What do you think of Yield Max ETFs? Beef Supreme. My advice to you would be go to take a look at a financial website and take a look at specifically how consistently profitable is that company. Boston Scientific. I knew there had to be a reason I never heard of it. There are no dividends. See, I'm a dividend investor. I invest in dividend stocks. I asked you guys politely only to show me stocks that have dividends. WHF. What is WHF? WHF. Well, at least this one has dividends. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 12. All right, well, let's take a look. 2012, 10 cents. 2013, 35 cents. 2014, 35 cents. 2015, 35 cents. 2016, 35 cents. 35 cents, 35 cents, 35 cents, 35 cents, 35 cents, 37 cents, 38 cents, 24 cents, 30. I'm going to say no. Sorry, Jimmy. There's just no consistency in profitability. Angel, do I like Quantum D Drive? You actually got to give me the ticker symbol. Makes it easier that way. Bitu, car. What the heck is car? C-A-R. Ooh. We got 7 minutes left. Avis. Well. Okay, I'm going to say no to Avis only because, look at this. 2004, 2005, 2006, 2023. Yeah, they're missing a little bit of the dividends. Just a smidge. Okay. Bitu, NCLH. What the heck is NCLH? NCLH. Yahoo Finance. Let's see what kind of dividends NCLH has. I've never even heard of them. Norwegian Cruise Line. There are no dividends. Bitu, Reddit, RDDT. Yeah, Reddit, no. Mini-Me, UVV. I like UVV. All righty. UVV. No, I don't do monthlies. SPKNZ. Okay, I understand. TU. All right, let's take a look at TU. Nope. Okay, TU, monthlies. Okay, November, December, March, June, those are months of the year. I don't do monthlies. Sorry. Rudy wants to take a look at LNG. Why does that sound familiar? LNG. Cheniere Energy. Okay. Well, let's go take a look. LNG. Let's take a gander. Okay. Unfortunately, have a minor problem with this one too. 2021. But at least this company, look at this. 33, 39, 43. At least it's going higher and higher. You did mining before now? No, I don't do mining at all. Wilson, Zim, ABEV, divided. Big Dog, ABEV. What is that, Big Dog? ABEV. Let's find out. Ambev. Okay. 23. Oh, hell no. Well, it's been around for a while, but look at the numbers. They're horrible. Amelia, I will advise you to try mining. I work with a company that offers 4x profits. I appreciate that, Amelia. I do. But I already have more than enough on my plate now. Finding something new and interesting. No. BMG. What is BMG? BMG. BMG. There are no dividends. No dividends. John Roger. G-O-O-W. Never heard of that one either. G-O-O-W. Well, let's find out. TNK has dividends of 25 cents. Okay. I have no idea who TNK is. All right. This one has no dividends either. Look. Oops. No dividends. Oh, wait a minute. There it is right there. Yeah. 1 year. Yeah, that ain't going to work. PO, Big Dog says peanut butter and raspberries solid. Okay, PBR. PBR. I dropped my pen and I don't feel like getting up. Okay. Mike Sweeney wants to take a look at Nike. All right. And Cliff likes Altria. All right, well, let's take a gander. PBR. Okay, 2025, 24, 23, 22, 21. Uh-oh. What happened right here, big dog? 2014, 2018. Did they miss a few years? Let's take a look at the numbers. 27 to 44. Okay, that's good. However, 44 to 2 doesn't make it a compelling story. Because 44 to 2, then it goes to 5, then it goes back to 2, then it goes to 5, and then it goes to 9, then it goes to 8, then it goes to 28, then it goes to 62, then it goes to 117, 121, 146, 259, 120, 115, 76, 47, 38, 24. Are you kidding me? Come on, big dog. Didn't you even take a look at these numbers? Mini-Me, Altria, MO. Now, I know MO is a good company, so let's go right here. Altria. Ooh, what happened there? That looks like something we need to keep our eye on. Think about it. Okay, Cliff. Really, Cliff? You think Altria is going to the moon, huh? Take a look at this. Your 30-day high, 67. Now we're at 57. That's a pretty big drop. Mike Sweeney. That's what I was saying. It's going to go. No, it ain't yet. It's dropping. You got to wait for the bottom to show up first, dude. Big Mac. AAO. What the heck is that? AAOL? Nothing. AAOI. Interesting. Here's the thing, though, Big Mac. I don't buy at the high. See, look. No, there's no opportunity there. Big Dog. Kinder Morgan. KMI. What's happening with Kinder Morgan? 30-day top, 30-day bottom was today. Up, down, up, down. Here's the bottom right there today. Don't get me wrong, I like Kinder Morgan. I'm going to write that down for next week because it's going to find a bottom and turn around. KMI. All right, Ryan. PayPal has no dividends. Thoughts on KDP? Alex, I think we looked at KDP earlier. All right. Get into it now. When it reverses, that's what I was saying. Thank you there, Cliff. I appreciate it. But Cliff, if you've been here for a while, Cliff, you know I don't buy at the bottom. I wait for 2 days to the upside, and then on the third day, I'll jump in. We're past 11 o'clock. I'm done. You guys have a great night. We are out of here. You guys over here, see you tomorrow at 2:30. Wait a second. You guys didn't tell me you had questions. What happens when you are trading options and a stock splits? Interesting. Hold on. Coming in late, YouTube screen not live. Okay, got that one. We got that. That's good. What else do we have? Oh, come on. Lisa, DraftKings, really? DKNG. DKNG. I don't know, Lisa. What do you think? Okay, high right here. New bottom right there. If you really like DraftKings, Lisa, if you really, 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 really like it, give it another day or two. Keep watching it. As soon as she finds its bottom, she turns around, then jump in. Okay? Because you don't know. Alrighty. So, that being said, what else we have over here? Okay, Lisa, we already did K-View earlier. And we don't know if it's bottomed out. Good evening, James. TXN has its EX dividend date tomorrow. Would it make sense to jump into it and collect? Luke, let's check out TXN for a second. TXN. Interesting. Same thing with a lot of different companies, Luke. Okay, here's the top right there. Drops back up. Now she drops again. Yesterday, not today, yesterday was the bottom. Today is just at 160, 1 day up. I like 2 days to the upside, then jump in. But if you really like Texas Instruments, you got to get it first thing in the morning if you want to catch that dividend. Okay. Thank you very much, Cliff. Kate! Hey, Kate and Zoe, how are you today? Zoe and I, she said she's enjoying learning, and thank you. Merci beaucoup, mon chéri, et musée boyen, et bonne soirée. Thank you, and have a good weekend. It just sounds better in French. Anyway, besides the point, you guys have a great day. You guys over here, tomorrow, 2:30. Just before the market closes, we want to make sure everybody's happy and nobody loses anything. And now the end is near, and so I face. Come on, sing with me. The final curtain, my friends. I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, for which I'm certain. Are you guaranteeing that? Okay, Cliff, there's 3 guarantees in life, and that's it. I had it my way. Way to go there, Mr. Alex. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more. Said, I hope my goal is not to lose any money. I'm with you for that one. I did it my way. Regrets, I have a few, but